Good evening. Welcome.
Wow, that was so calming, Jimmy. Thank you.
Howdy. How was your family spring break, Skylar?
It was good, man. We did it was nonstop, but we did a bunch of Texas history stuff, went to an Aggie baseball game, saw a couple high school baseball games that a friend of mine's son played in. Yeah, I think I told you, Jimmy, after all of your comments about Dune looking like French vanilla, we went to the Bluebell ice cream factory.
Yes.
Yeah, we we did a bunch of stuff. It was nonstop, but it was fun. Crazy thing. So where we camped was about 2.5 hours away, and every day we drove somewhere at least over an hour away, and then came back to camp. So
Nice.
yeah,
Did
we
you
were
you big truck it with the travel trailer, or did you tin
yeah,
camp it?
yep,
Yeah.
no, big truck and RV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, I could not put up with my kids in a tent next to me. There's no
Your
way.
kids are fantastic.
Well, they are fantastic, but they're also annoying. So
Your kids are fantastic.
anyway, all good. But no, it was a lot of fun. The weather was amazing. Other than some crazy winds there and on the way back, which yeah, when you're hauling a
Yeah.
big travel trailer like that, it's like a big sail, right?
Oh yeah. Chris, have your kids had spring break yet, or is that
No, it's a couple weeks out.
a couple weeks out?
Yeah,
Nice.
we don't have any
Really?
plans. We don't have any plans though. I don't know. We just went to Philly in November, and we were kind of like they do fall break here in Indiana. They have fall break and spring break, and so we did a fall break.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We might just go do college tours or something. Like I have a kid that's going to be a senior next year, so maybe we'll do college tours or something
Oh.
exciting.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah,
But no.
my spring break was great. It was awesome. I'm
Well,
kidding.
tell us about it, Jimmy.
Um, let's see here. Week off. Nothing. We didn't do anything. I went down to Vero Beach. We had a Florida Rivian Club meetup down there, and then shout out to my little brother who's not watching, but my second youngest brother. Him and his wife had their first baby yesterday, so that was exciting. They didn't even
Congrats. That's awesome.
yeah, 2025, man, and they opted to not know what the baby gender was. Yeah, so like it
See,
was a surprise for everybody, dude. It was wild. It was wild. No crazy gender reveals with like cannons or balloons that don't pop. Like the gender reveal was seeing
the
a
baby's
picture.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, seeing this is graphic, but seeing the size of that little boy's balls.
Jimmy. Oh my goodness. Wow, you're
Yeah.
gonna get us kicked off of YouTube, bro.
And
Jeez.
that's all I said, man. It's just everybody's well, everybody's good. His name is John. Great name. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. So
Well, so we just got done recording about R2. So for everybody on, that's what we were talking about. That'll drop either Thursday,
Thursday.
probably.
Yeah, preferably
Yeah.
Thursday at noon, yeah.
Yep. But I know that Chris kind of wanted to talk about the referral program changes.
R.I.P.
I mean, it's
Dude.
not
Well,
gone.
Everyone's my friend and my family today. Officially, you're all friends and family. If even if like we're just distant friends, like you have my handle on social media. I mean, on a X platform. I can't say social media because that is banned.
dude, that is crazy. So for those that don't know, why don't you tell them about the change?
I can just show them the change. It's hold on, let me pull it up. Let me share my screen. All right. So here's the highlighted things that changed in the terms. So the actual term page, I got it all pulled up here. It is now prohibited to have social media posts targeting referrals outside of friends and family, or family and friends. And then also, it's mentioned here that Rivian may conduct periodic audits of referral code usage to ensure compliance and remove rewards and take further action as needed. And then
Dude, that is.
And now if you're an employee, you are also screwed, unless you're in the sales team.
Yeah. But even then, it's got to be, it's targeted even then. Like, you've got to make sure that that person was a friend.
Yeah, but the big one for people on here is this piece with the you do not engage in paid use advertising. That one's obvious; should not be doing that. But social media posts targeting referrals outside of them, the friends, the family and friends.
Well, but there's gray area there. I mean, making a post saying, "Hey, order a Rivian, here's my referral code," is a little bit different than, I mean, targeting referrals. That's.
I think it should be.
That leaves room for interpretation.
I think the spirit of it, and I'm going to need to check on it, but the spirit of it, I believe, is a value add sale versus a non-value add sale, right? Like, if you just plaster your code everywhere on every last social media post, and that is all you do, you spam it to Facebook, you spam it to Reddit, you spam it everywhere, and you're not actually adding value to make the sale versus having an actual conversation, or you're acting as the salesperson, you're doing the handoff, let's just say, in terms of you're informing the customer, you're convincing them to buy the vehicle. Like, if you're just doing that, be it via a YouTube video, you're doing it via a social media post, you're doing it via a chat window, whatever it is, if you're doing that, I think that is acceptable in my opinion, but I'm gonna have to check on that. I believe there's usually a spirit of the policy, and I want to get the spirit of the policy.
Yeah,
and just spell it out in the policy. Without, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with the comments that I'm seeing, and it's like, a sale is a sale. Why do you freaking care, right? I mean, if that person is using a referral code, they were influenced in one way or another to use that referral code, and yeah, what's the problem? But this is also coming from the guy still with the big fat goose egg of referrals. So, and I mean, but that's because, for pretty much ever, I mean, I have given my code to just a handful of people, like, personally, right?
Right.
But whatever.
You also got to realize that they have a program out there specifically targeted at people to make 25 sales. I don't know about you, but I don't have 25 friends and family that are going to buy a $100,000 vehicle.
Yeah. No.
So I tend to think that the spirit of it is not conveyed in that language. I'm guessing they had a, here's what I want to do. I want to stop people from spamming social media, and then legal went with it, and I'm gonna make this a real clear to everybody that you can't use social media, and they twisted whatever the spirit of it was into that legal mumbo jumbo. So that's how I'm interpreting it. I'm gonna go ahead and ask on it, but that's how I think it is.
Yeah, well, it's dumb. I mean, that is not a smart thing for them to do, but hey, we all make our decisions, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's Alex. I mean, there are already probably a half dozen, maybe even a dozen that have already had 25 sales or more, or 25 referrals or more. Like they're well on their way. I would even venture to guess it's probably closer to 30 or more that have 25 sales or more.
But I agree with Rob over in the comments. I mean, the smarter thing to do would be to cap it.
Yeah. You hit 25 and you're done. Right.
Pick a reasonable cap. I mean,
Right.
let's just say 25 a year, right?
Sure.
I mean, whatever makes sense, but I mean, Jimmy, can you imagine when we first started doing Rivian stories, if there would have been referral codes back then? Literally, it would have been thousands
Yeah.
that we would have had, right?
Yeah.
I mean, put together something that is finite and specific, like a cap, instead of some fancy legal language saying, yeah, you could be audited.
Right.
It's dumb.
So that 25 people thing, it says right on there 100 people. So that means they're expecting 2,500 sales, right? Or
Yeah.
am I doing the math right? I don't know how they're expecting to get 100 if they're going to cap them like that. Like, and say you can't do that. So again, I think it's going to be overblown. I'll find out what the deal is tomorrow. But I got into it. I've done my 25, but I'm small potatoes compared to some of these other people that have over 100.
Yep.
But the thing is those people that are over 100 in general, they've had some value add to my like Rivian Roamer, for example, right? That one obviously value add to making sales. There's other couple other people that have YouTube channels that are prominent that do specifically target Rivian customers and trying to add value to making a sale. So props to them for getting over 100. But
Yep.
I don't know. I just kind of disagree with capping your best salespeople.
Yeah.
The best salespeople are the community.
Yep.
100%. And the influential members of the community that people look to for Rivian information, guidance, whatever the case may be. I mean, yeah, interesting.
I mean, it's just as much of a miss as really expensive brands.
Dude, I have to look up what I have to
comes
look
back.
up what Cordell is talking about. Goodness, using
Oh,
signal
man.
for air. I didn't hear
Yeah.
it. See,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been largely disconnected, and since I've been back and reconnected, it's just been I haven't had time to catch up.
We'll keep politics for offline or not on this channel at all.
That's not so. I use Signal a lot and have for years as somebody in the cybersecurity field, right? Because it's end to end. Oh, interesting. Okay, so vulnerabilities in there, huh?
No, it wasn't vulnerabilities. They messaged a journalist in a group chat.
Oh my. That's
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's like sending pictures of your new nephew to your boss.
Dude, I would. I would. He's definitely a McGovern. That's all I'm
dude.
saying.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
You know what Rivian should do with the referral program is if this happens, it won't be that big of a deal, but they should tier it in terms of like a quad gets you 1,000 points, a tri gets you 750, dual max performance gets you 500, and then all the way down to like 250 for the dual standard. And then that way it's truly incentivized for you to push the better product. And the one with the lowest margin, the dual standard and the dual large, those ones should be minimal referral bucks because they're not as much money to Rivian. So that's what they should do instead of this crap of like, you can't post on social media, you can't do this,
Yeah.
we're going to take away the RAN charging, or they cut it from 750 to 500, right? Like all these weird little The term, if you look at the original launch of the referral program, it was like, we're going to expand upon it. We're going to offer more rewards and more things, and it's only gotten smaller and smaller.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I was telling Tony the minute that they announced it, I reached out to Tony Caravano. I was like, you guys need to also insert half of the rewards at the time when it was still $750. Half of that if you get somebody to buy a used one off of the shop. Like, it's still money in your pocket. In fact, it's even more money in your pocket because the value's gone. You know, not the value's gone, but you know what I mean. Like, they've now sold that vehicle twice. But that hasn't been added. That'd be amazing. But
Yeah. So I have another, and I know that you said no politics, but I don't think this should be a political thing, honestly. But like, we had something crazy happen here in Austin. And matter of fact, I know that there were protests at Tesla facilities all over the country, right? People that don't like Elon and how he's aligned, what he's doing with the current administration. And honestly, that drives me crazy. And the reason is, these people, if they want to protest Elon, protest Elon. Tesla has a lot of other shareholders, has a lot of employees. Like, anything they do, Elon Musk is still going to be rich. So, like, why are you taking it out on Tesla and vandalizing vehicles? But here in Austin, there was incendiary devices, is all we know, right? Placed on some of the cars in the damn showroom. Like, why are people so freaking crazy? And Tesla does not equal Elon Musk. I mean, yeah, the people that are going to be hurt by their actions are not Elon and may not even support Elon. Like, what do these people think they're doing, man? I don't get it. It's dumb. And take it out on take your frustrations out on some private citizen's car? What the hell is wrong with people? Sorry.
see, there's a Rivian that got keyed too. I thought that was pretty interesting. And there was one that got the tires slashed, and it's because people think all electric cars are Teslas.
Dude, what the heck?
yeah, that was a owner down in Miami, a friend of mine named Mike that had that happen to him.
And you know this?
Oh,
this,
really?
Yeah.
Do you guys know Dominic? I think he's on the West Coast, down in Seattle.
No,
He's
I
got
know
that-
the name. Yeah.
Yeah, he posted today. He's like, I got yelled at for driving a Tesla. I said it's a Rivian, a competitor of Tesla, and they yelled "Go Rivian" with a B, like Ribbibion.
Dude. You never know.
It's almost as bad as saying dodgy.
You said it, not me.
That was pretty funny. I loved it though. Wait. Oh. And what about the lady? And you know what? If Tesla owners decide that they want to go in a different direction, I actually think that's a huge opportunity that Rivian, there's multiple ways that Rivian could try to capitalize on that, but if I
Polestar
was
has.
Rivian, I'd be hitting that hard, man. But what about the lady that said that she flipped, like, 24,000 in negative equity for an RS1? She said RS1 like multiple times.
Multiple times.
Oh,
It was painful the first time, and then she said a second time. It's like the cringe got worse.
Jimmy's yellow compass is off the charts right now.
Canyon red, definitely canyon red.
Oh
He's-
God.
Oh,
I hate my life right now.
Oh man.
So what else is going on?
Oh man.
You guys are camping soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming up. Oh my gosh.
Less
That's
than a
just
month
weeks
away.
away now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So no,
I
that's
meant to do this while we were recording, but I forgot. But the shirts are here now.
oh beautiful.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh,
Sorry.
Will brought up launch green on the R2. Hey, I'm actually staying up to date with the comments tonight.
I'm
So
proud of you.
I am too, man. But yeah, we talked a little bit about that, or Chris mentioned it. We did talk about R2 colors and some other thoughts, but yeah, I say why not? With regards to launch green on the R2, but I
Yeah.
mean, it'll look a lot like a launch green R1S.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like I hope there is some variability in colors on the R2 and that they branch out a bit.
I talked to a gentleman who was in charge of some of that stuff for the exterior design of the R2, and he kind of said something along the lines of the R2 colors will be very, very much inspired by some of the R1 colors, and so we could see, just like we see the current R2 prototype in a white that's not cocaine white, it's its own more crisp white. We could see a launch greenish car. We could see a dune. We could see a dune, maybe the right colored dune in R2. We could see a lot of things inspired by R1 colors. At the same time, I don't think they're going to do a ton of colors. RJ did post that, or say somewhere that they've really locked in narrowing down the options of R2. So like, I got the impression it was going to be one powertrain, one battery, one or two battery configurations, that kind of stuff. That's the impression I got. I don't know if he actually said that, but I was thinking like they'll probably go with the dual motor, all-wheel drive. Maybe they do a max pack to start with and really milk the dollars out of the customer, and then and few, maybe 5 colors. I would imagine they do like kind of like a very Model Y-ish launch in terms of like, we're going to have just this launch configuration with these set colors and these set interiors and stuff and these wheels, and that's all we're going to give you for the first year and make it real simple to build.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like that'd be a
It's-
miss, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a miss on colors. I understand limiting the initial mechanical configurations,
yeah.
but yeah, with a paint shop that they've bragged about, being able to switch the colors so quick, like
Yo.
use it, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
We also have a few other things coming up pretty quick in terms of like if you go based on history. This time last year, end of March is when they shut down to do the retooling of the factory, and then immediately following the retooling is when they launched Gen 2 or model year 25. So we could see a model year 26 in the next 3 to 6 months. The quad is still on deck, and the NAX port's still on deck. So we could see some of those things coming in the real near future.
Valid.
I want a quad so bad. But the problem is I can't lease one. They're so damn expensive. I don't know if you saw the pricing for Motor Trend.
Yeah.
Motor Trend put the R1S RS1 quad at 115,900, and then you can then figure out the R1T is going to be $6,000 cheaper, so it'll be 109,900.
There's no way.
There's a lot of money there. That's expensive as hell. And so like
There's-
I can't afford the payment on that. The payment's like what, $2,000? Something ridiculous.
It's not going to be that cheap, dude. There's no way.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's going to be.
No way. It'll be more
Well,
than that.
because
That's the base-
some of the
that's the base.
some of the
Yeah.
tries approach that, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the base trim, right? So that's talking like that's LA Silver or Canyon Red, and
Yeah. No.
base wheels. It's the standard 20s or the 22s. It'll be Black Mountain interior, that kind of stuff. Will Black Mountain Ascend interior, and it'll be all the base stuff for 115, and then obviously stack everything up. It could be a 120 something. Or they could do what they did for the tri-motor, and have a fully loaded version for and make it a dune for 109. The Trimax dune is the base price of the Trimax, so that's a deal. So
yeah, I don't know that I don't think I think the pricing is going to be more in line. You're going to see like what Tesla did with the Cybertruck. They do everything Tesla does, so you're going to see something. It'll be Cybertruckish. Their Cyber Beast, rather, excuse me, not Cybertruckish, but the Cyber Beast. What Tesla did, like, it's going to be like all inclusive. Like, this is what you're going to pay. Period. For that vehicle.
I don't know. I think they didn't do that with the Trimax. They just straight up
but
launched the
Trimax is, it's not a quad. It's not it doesn't have Gary on fire, with his hair blowing back like THX from the 90s.
You want the purple one, is what you're saying? You want the purple
No,
Gary?
no, I don't want purple Gary. That's awful. But yeah, I think they're gonna end up using that homework and doing an all-inclusive vehicle, and it's going to be like $125,000.
I still want it.
Yeah, I remember thinking or seeing that it was going to be like 130 or 135.
I don't know.
Everything that's out there, like even Costco, I think Cordell's mentioned Costco. Costco had it at 115 as well when it showed, and then Motor Trend's at 115. But it's all the base pricing. You get if you want those special wheels that the staggered wheels that are the reason why they can do the 2.5 or less seconds 0 to 60. You need those special wheels. Those are probably be $3,000, something ridiculous. And so, to your point, you throw that on, you're already at 118. I
thought that was part of it by default.
No, if you actually go to the website, I'll pull it up here in a second. It has like all the options like showing, but doesn't give prices for them yet. And so those wheels are the option.
I have not gone to the website. I mean, would a quad be cool? Yes. Is it completely unnecessary for me? Also 100% yes. I love my Gen 1 quad.
Yeah.
And I just don't see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not for me.
That juice ain't worth the squeeze, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So here's the R1T quad. See, it has all the paint colors and it has the wheels. These are the ones that are going to be the ones that you'll want if you want to do full sends in it on pavement. And then you have the 220s or the 22 Sport Dark and a 20 all-terrain dark. It doesn't have you can't get the range wheels on it. Maybe the discs fly off like the Cybertruck original wheels did.
Yeah.
And then you have the 3 interiors.
Those wheels are awful anyways. I said it. I hate them. Those things are awful.
They're not bad, Jimmy.
They're awful. I would rather see like the saucer wheels from like an old Porsche on a Rivian than those wheels.
I like the new Dune wheels, not the color match ones. I like the gunmetal ones. Those are pretty slick. I'd like to see those.
So I was thinking about it, and if I got a Dune R1S, I would get the color matched wheels. And
it only works on the R1S. It does not work on the R1T.
I saw the R1T also, and I think it works there. I just think the dark looks better on the R1T, and I think it may have to do with the additional length of the R1T and just that much more dune paint, right? I don't know. But yeah, I think it looks good on the R1S.
If we had leasing here today, I would get the Dune immediately. I'm getting the Dune. If they announced it tomorrow, I'm getting the Trimax Dune.
Really?
Hmm.
Do
Awesome.
Do it.
I'd redeem every last referral I have on it. On a lease, like I like the payment on the for a loan at 7% is ridiculous. And then even if I bought it down with the maximum I could with my referral bucks, it still wouldn't make it work. It would still be $1,000 or more payment, which is I think
Yeah.
obscene. People shouldn't have
Yeah.
$1,000 vehicle payment.
The
So if I buy down the referral if I buy down the lease with my referral dollars, which I know is stupid because if I get in a wreck, I lose it all. But if I bought it down, I could get the payment down to like $450 to $500 per month on a tri dune,
Do
which
it.
I think which is like hell yeah, I'll do that. But if they don't come after me on the social media stuff, then I can maybe save up enough to do the quad, and then that's what I really want. That's what'll happen though is they'll announce leasing tomorrow, and I'll get the dune tomorrow, and then the quad will come out in a month or two, and I'll be freaking pissed and wait for the quad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still have not driven a tri-motor yet.
I haven't even driven a dual yet.
I haven't driven a dual either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only done the
But-
tri. I've not done the dual.
Yeah.
And so what do you think compared to your quad?
You can tell. You can absolutely tell it's better and faster.
More torque, right? Yeah.
Like it's like even in like at the low speeds, I could feel it. Like just leaving my neighborhood, I could feel it, and then punching it, I could definitely. Then you could absolutely tell there's a difference. It just it was more responsive. I don't know how to say it other than that. It's more responsive than the quad.
Yeah. So I was supposed to meet up with Kyle Connor when he was down in Austin for South by Southwest, and he had a Trimax truck. And I was talking to him, and he said, like, because for whatever reason in my head, and granted it just could be engineering type nerdy thoughts, but the ability to do torque vectoring with the front wheels, your steering wheels, right? I thought could significantly help handling. And Kyle, who is an amazing driver, for those that didn't know, he used to be a performance driver and teach people. I mean, I know people that watch his videos when he goes and quote rips, right? But no, he's a hell of a driver. And he said that he couldn't really tell much, if any, difference between Tri and Gen 1 quad.
I think most people could get away with a dual performance, honestly, over a tri. Like if you want to save some money, for the most part, I think a performance dual is pretty damn quick. And you get a little more range out of it too.
Yep. No, that's what Rob's saying. Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't know who Co Pretzel is, but that is super funny. Like, and I don't know if either of you guys know who Co Wetzel is. It's a musician, kind of, yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So shout out to Co Pretzel over there in the comments. That's an awesome name. Love it. PDM needs to be tweaked. PDM. Help me out, Cordell.
Performance
or Jimmy.
Performance.
Oh,
dual
okay,
motor.
got it. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Performance dual motor.
Did anybody buy the performance upgrade in this past week or two since it's been available?
Has Rivian come out and actually like finalized how that's going to work?
Yeah, you can do it now. You just do it in the app.
Well, I know I can. So they've updated the app because there was a email that they were supposed to be sending out that like explained the process.
Yeah, you can just do it within the app, and I believe you also do it within the vehicle too. It's like 6,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It looks like Cordell did it. which is pretty cool.
Nice.
The problem is that they only offer a purchase option on it, and there are a lot of people that lease, and they don't want to spend $6,000 on their lease, and so they need to have a solution. Oh, 5,000. Thank you, Stephanie. 5,000 on
Yeah.
the lease, right?
Yeah,
They don't.
yeah.
They'd rather do like a $500 a year, or whatever, or something, $1,000 a year or something to unlock it, or a monthly subscription
Yeah.
would be nice.
Yep.
Next up
You
is
know
battery.
what?
Go ahead.
For a lease, it should be monthly, and it should be less than, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what do you think? What do you think it'd be worth? I'm curious. Like how much a month on a lease is performance worth in the duel?
200 or 300 more a month.
Oh, see, I don't think so.
Why not?
For most people, I mean, what is it? It's like 100 horsepower, right?
Sure, but
If you have a 3-year lease, let's say you have a 3-year lease,
yeah,
which is like the most
amortize
common.
it over 3 years.
Yeah, but you've also got to figure in that, like, if you buy it, you have it for life, right? And people that buy out their leases would potentially be better off to buy it versus renting
Ooh.
it.
Ooh,
There's a trade off there. I don't know. So I would think you'd probably do $100 a month or something. And
see, I think $100 a month tops. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, it costs Rivian nothing. That's pure
really
margin,
does.
right?
It really does. It really does.
So I would make it as attractive as possible for people leasing. But whatever.
I'm gonna bring up the next topic, which is related, which is battery upgrades coming. In terms of, like, you have a standard plus Gen 1, or
Yep.
Gen 2 large plus, and then you can potentially unlock the additional capacity that's just sitting there in your vehicle for a fee. It'll be the same exact problem. We could have this conversation in a month or two whenever they do it. Is that whatever the cost to go from a large plus to a max is? Was it that maybe that's $5,000? I don't have no idea what that one is. 6,000.
Yeah.
And then
That one's going to be chunky.
yeah, that one's gonna be chunky. And same thing we would be considering too is, like, is that extra range really worth it to most people? That was the benefit of a large plus and a standard plus, was that you could get the pack at like 315 miles of range or 325 miles of range, whatever it is. And this just to say you get it and you're like, you know what, this is okay. I don't need the extra range, and I'm not going to pay for the upgrade. Or you get it, and you're like, you know what, I've just bought a trailer. I want to tow a little bit, so maybe I do need the max, and you can change your mind later, which is awesome.
I mean, I think rewind to 2021, back before we knew that the max pack wasn't going to be a thing anymore, or at least for a short period of time, or a period of time it wasn't going to be a thing. Like, I feel like that juice was worth the squeeze. The 10K for 40, what's the math on that? 45 more kilowatts. At the time it was 10K. And then it went to 16K and was 9 kilowatts more, essentially. But yeah, your point with the lease, I don't even know where to begin with that one. That one, they need to do it sooner than later, because again, that's free money. That's equipment just sitting in that truck, just collecting dust, essentially.
If the best people are the ones that have the Gen 1s, the Gen 1 standard and standard plus. Those potentially could be, depending on what you got, they could be a large or a max. And so if you go to, I'll do a free plug for Chad. If you go to Rivian Roamer and you link your Rivian account to Rivian Roamer, it has like a detail page in your vehicle, and it'll show you actually what your pack is. So if you've got standard or standard plus, Gen 1, Gen 2 standard is LFP, and it's never going to get any bigger. But Gen 1, standard plus, you can see that you potentially have a large or a max. I believe most of them are larges, and then if you had a dual and and you hit the right time of the year, right before the plant closed and all that stuff, like let's say you have a March build or a February build, there's a chance it's a max pack. I've heard that from several people that towards the end of the shutdown, they were just going to shoving everything they had and left over to get the parts out the door into vehicles. So you could potentially have a max. I haven't seen anybody have it yet, but I've heard that as a case. There potentially are standard pluses out there that are max packs. Max packs? I don't know how to say that. Doji.
Max packs.
Max packs. So yeah. Anyways, that's free money on the table too. Like Scott was saying, is that it's pure profit at this point if they sell those upgrades. So I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
Where it makes sense, they don't.
Jimmy, dude, that's hilarious.
Well, it's true, man. Like, dang. There's so many things they could do.
You know what they should do? They should increase the price of RAN. That's what they should do.
Dude, that's brilliant, actually. That's brilliant.
Wow. Why didn't we think of that?
You know what? And only increase it at the places where there's a Tesla supercharger right across the street.
Yes. That's where it should really go up.
Brilliant.
You better watch out. They're going to increase the Connect Plus to Connect Plus Plus, and they're going to charge us $200 a year for it or something. You know, who knows what's next?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Dude, I could get on a soapbox about that too. Like, I think Connect Plus is pretty dumb. I mean, most of us have unlimited cell phone plans. Like, I've got unlimited plan with unlimited hotspot. Like, I don't need a hotspot in my car, but I'd love to be able to cast to it. Right?
You have unlimited hotspot on your phone? Like I have like 5 gig or 50 gig or something.
I have unlimited hotspot, but it's only so many gigs at 5G, and then after that it turns to like 56K dial up.
No, well, so mine is unlimited, but unlimited data wise, but it is limited in download speed.
Yeah.
So, which I'm fine with, right? Like, I've run multiple video streams off of it at one time, and my kids can be on it and whatever.
We're using the hell out of ours on a trip. Like, I have at minimum 3 kids streaming something at the same time on there, or adults included in that mix. And so, like, we're using, like, we would burn through a hotspot on our phones so fast in terms of high speed data. So I love the included hotspot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say free, but I'm paying for it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if that's your thing, like, I get it. I mean, makes sense. But if you looked at your plan and you could pay an extra $15 a month to have unlimited hotspot on your phone, I don't know. Would that make more sense? Because your phone's with you everywhere, although the kids may be in the R1S most of the time and not always with you. So it goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, $15 a month is still more than what you're paying for Connect Plus.
No, that's what it costs, unless you do it annually, right?
Is there that much of a
It's
difference?
$150. $150
Yeah,
bucks.
I think it's
for a year.
$150 period. I don't think you can get a discount for paying up front.
The discount is paying up front. $150 for 12 months versus $15 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So. Yeah, I just paid up front. I mean, we use it enough.
Hey, Jimmy, it's okay to say you're right, Skylar.
You're right, Skylar. That's why I got a GED.
I'm on T-Mobile right now trying to figure out what I have. I have no idea. I think I have 5 gig or 50. It's 5 or 50. But I would burn through that so fast.
No, you can't use referrals for Connect Plus.
That sucks. That really does suck.
You can't at Tesla.
Yep. I'm actually. The funny thing is, I got a Tesla referral of all things recently, and in the past, like today, I got one land today, and my Tesla subscription times or renewal is the 27th. So in 2 days, I'm like, yes, I can use
Yeah.
the 500 for something. So
Yeah. Now because the Tesla is $100 a year. Is it worth $50 more a year to have hotspot to you, Chris?
if it's unlimited, yeah,
Which it is. I mean,
yeah. Would I pay for it in my Tesla? No, because I don't. I road trip with one kid or two kids, and they will just use their phone. But like if I have like multiple kids that are on iPads and stuff that don't have, they're just Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Then it would be a little more challenging.
But the thing that bothers me is that, like with other devices, I could connect a tablet to my hotspot. I could connect a smart TV to my hotspot, and you can cast from the tablet
Yeah.
to the smart TV. But if I connect the Rivian to my hotspot, I can't cast to it, which is freaking dumb.
Yeah.
So anyway, all
Just
good.
do it. Just pay the man. Just pay the man. That might keep them from going bankrupt next year, Skylar.
No, it won't.
You could be the one guy holding up the wall.
No,
So Skylar, you don't have Connect Plus.
no.
You're Connect
Wow.
Minus. You're Connect Minus subscriber.
He is connect. Yeah, he is connect
Eh.
minus.
Whatever. Yeah, and I mean, I don't have a use for live cam. I know a bunch of people were super excited about that. I mean, is that something that you use, Chris?
What feature?
Live cam?
I used it quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
I don't know.
I'm probably like a lot of people on here. Like I will check on my cars just because I'm like sitting there at a kid thing and I want to see and make sure nobody's out there parked right up next to me, keying it or dinging it or anything. So I will always check the live from time. Like I'm not checking like 10 times in a parking lot, maybe 3 or 4 times. And my Model S doesn't do it because it's a legacy vehicle. It's 2018. Even though it has all the hardware to do it, they won't do it. I don't know. That's irritating. So
yeah. Well, and so Cordell, he said nothing for $15 bothers me, and I totally understand that. I think that it is an artificial limitation, not a technical one, and that is what bothers me. That I hate it when things are kind of locked down for no reason. Like, yeah, drives me absolutely bonkers. But whatever. All right, guys. Well, coming up on approaching an hour. Anything else? Anything else we want to jump into, or from the people that are on? Anything? Any questions? Any topics? Well, Greg, I feel like he said artificial, like large packs and non-performance dual. I get that though.
I do have a funny story about today in the R2, not the R2 update. So I got a message from Rivian today about the R2 update, like literally in the last couple of hours, even though like they've already sent it all out earlier today. And they're like, if you have any questions about R2, go ahead and ask us. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I asked, can we get an update on V2H? Because that's what I think a lot of people want to know about. And there's no update on it. Just put that out there that I tried.
Yeah, and I've heard some. I mean, I would consider it rumor of a partnership on the home side of things. And yeah, Rivian's not going to talk about it until things are 100% set in stone, validated, you know. So,
Yeah. I could see them doing something where they talk it up. They've kind of strung everybody along, and they're like, coming soon to all Gen 2 or newer
no,
Rivians.
It's gonna fold up in a
no.
suitcase. It no longer will slide out of the gear tunnel.
Yeah. Telling you. It's going to happen. It'll happen, dude. It's going to be coming to Gen 2 only vehicles, even though they've talked it up that everything is capable that we have. You know, the Gen 1s are capable, but they're going to artificially lock it to
Ooh,
Gen 2 only
so
vehicles.
I just see that Gerald commented about Driver Plus, and we actually need to have Gerald on here. So Gerald has been all on top of. He's a fellow Texan. He lives up in North Texas, and he's been doing all the comma stuff with his Rivian and knows all about the different branches of the software and all the things. So he's got firsthand experience, uses it on a regular basis, and knows all about it. So I think
Very cool.
we need to figure that one out and get that scheduled.
That'd be awesome.
Cool.
And
Have any
Cordell,
have any other topics?
yeah. So real quick on the vehicle to home, vehicle to grid, vehicle V2X, right? It's not crazy complicated, except for the house side of it has to be custom, right? I mean, it's got to be dependent on your utility, your electrical panels, like all the things. There's not a cookie cutter solution, but with regards to vehicle to home working, there's actually a draft standard. And matter of fact, I haven't looked at it in a while. It may be finalized. But anyway, between the car and the charger, if you want to call it that, bidirectional charger on the wall, is not that hard. It's between the charger on the wall and the rest of the electrical equipment in your home and connection to the grid and everything else is where it has to be engineered, configured.
Yeah.
I would love them just to support the universal wall connector, the Tesla universal wall connector, if that does it. Right, the Cybertruck can do it via the universal wall connector. So with the NAX port, why doesn't Rivian just hop on that with R2 and the upcoming NAX port R1s?
Yeah, well, it's the communications part, right? And then, yeah, I mean, Cordell, I don't know. I've talked to some Ford people that have done it. It's almost prohibitively expensive for everything that you have to do on the home side compared to stationary batteries anyway. And they say it works well, but there's also kind of user preferences. When do you want things to like? So the configuration itself. Oh, so you can't get it to work. Wow. Okay, that's kind of wild. Interesting. I've talked to people that had a different experience, so I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that.
I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here in the next few months or whenever the NAX port actually does come to R1, because they're going to have to start shipping an updated wall wall charger. Sorry, I was about to say wall connector, wall charger from
Yep.
Rivian, and will that have because R2 is going to support it via the NAX port? Will that be at least piece of the hardware needed to do the Vita Home VDX?
No. Bidirectional is going to be totally different hardware because the electricity for the home side of it comes out of the DC ports. So it comes out DC, and then you have to convert it to AC to connect to the grid in your home. So,
But on R2, it's not going to be that way. And so I'm wondering if they're going to do the same thing with R1. R1, it's going to use the onboard inverter. With R2, it's going to use the onboard inverter. It'll only be 11 kilowatt, but that's the plan. At least in R2, it's going to be a substantially cheaper system than the R1 system. The R1 system is going to be 24 kilowatt, which is a big boy. It's going to be a big boy. To your point, that one will be absolutely a fiasco to hook up with the DC pins being in use, but the NAX version will be 11 kilowatt. That they said that during Investor Day that they're going to have two systems, one for R2 and one for the CCS vehicles.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's completely not confusing at all. So
no, that's dumb. Once
so
again,
that's what I'm saying. When they come out with the NAX port R1s, they could do what Tesla did and have that universal wall connector be the backfeed gateway. And I mean, later they would then give you all the plumbing. Let's just say electrical back to the panel and all that, all the actual customization you're talking about.
ooh, okay. Well, yeah. Ooh.
I don't know if that's the
Yikes.
case. They won't tell me anything about vehicle to home, but that's what my hope would be is maybe when they do come out with that NAX wall charger for Gen 2s, maybe it will have capability to do that in the future. I'm gonna guess it won't, but who knows? Maybe they do it.
Holy smokes. Cordell just said something that, oh my goodness, that I didn't realize because the standard actually uses over the wire communications between, you know, the load and the vehicle. But it sounds like the Ford solution uses Bluetooth. I did not know that. That's crazy. Ooh. Yeah, that could get ugly quick.
Yeah, Greg was asking if the R1 with the NAX port will have use the onboard inverter. That's how they're going to do it with R2, right? So I would assume that's how they're going to do it. They still haven't told us where they're going to hide that little magical AC/DC switch for the port. I mean, it's not just a port switch. It's also they have to have some kind of fancy AC/DC switch.
Yeah.
I still don't think that's going to be a retrofit option. I don't think anybody with the Gen 2 is going to be able to switch ports.
I mean, if Rivian won't upgrade like cameras, they're not going to upgrade
Charge ports.
And cameras should be you would think cameras would be fairly simple.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be able to at least get to the 4K or whatever high def cameras they have in Gen 2 minimum, but
Yep.
I mean, Tesla did it. I said a lot. Tesla did it that way. I mean, I had my cameras on my Model X upgraded like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, we had our cameras on our 17S upgraded, and then we had, I want to say we had the cameras in the new Y upgraded for FSD.
Yep.
Anyways, all right, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. Unless there's something else that I'm not seeing. Port is less,
right.
but Rivian won't do it. They're not gonna do it. They got other fish to fry.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm really curious about the Ford stuff, and especially the fact that why would they use Bluetooth? Like for any part of that? That is dumb.
Because their logo's blue.
Yeah. Blue Cruise, Bluetooth, like
Duh.
all the blue things that may not be the greatest, right? I don't know. Okay. Gosh, see, now I need to go and find what Tom slash State of Charge mentioned about it recently. But God, yeah, if it's using Bluetooth, that's super dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Gosh, you guys have me wanting to look into a bunch of things that I do not have time to look into right now.
You're welcome.
But yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's call it. Thanks everybody for joining. Again, it was fun, and yeah. R2 video dropping on Thursday, and we should be back next week.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out, guys. Talk soon.
All right. Bye, fellas.